टॉप ऑर्डर से और कंट्रीब्यूशन की ज़रूरत डेफिनेटली है, क्योंकि जब आप बड़ा टोटल चेस करते हैं तो आपका टॉप ऑर्डर में एक दो प्लेयर का परफॉर्मेंस बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट होता है, जो आज नहीं हो पाया। पर मुझे लगता है कि ओवरऑल अगर देखेंगे बैटिंग की, फर्स्ट मैच से तो थोड़ा सा बेटर है, क्योंकि हमने हमारा टेल भी आज काफ़ी ओवर्स खेल चुके हैं और 230 प्लस तो डेफिनेटली आई थिंक इज़ मच बेटर परफॉर्मेंस। पर यह कि अगर हम मैच ऑस्ट्रेलिया के साथ जीतेंगे तो फिर इसके लिए तीनों डिपार्टमेंट में बहुत अच्छा होना बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट है, क्योंकि वो लोग उनके बैटिंग काफ़ी डेप्थ है उनके बैटिंग में। तो हमारी जो बॉलिंग है वो डिसिप्लिन होना है, जो आज नहीं था। और बैटिंग में अगर हमको स्टार्ट मिली है, उस स्टार्ट को हमको आगे टॉप ऑर्डर में एक दो लोग उसको आगे कंटिन्यू करना चाहिए था, जो आज नहीं कर पाए।
टॉस जीतने के बाद पहले बॉलिंग करने का
क्यों? मुझे लगा कि आज विकेट में मॉइस्चर था और पहले मैच से आज फास्ट बॉलर्स को मूवमेंट तो मिली है आज फर्स्ट फ्यू ओवर्स में। पर ये कि हम लोग जो जैसे मैंने कहा पोस्ट प्रेजेंटेशन में कि जो अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ हमें मिली हमने उसको यूज़ नहीं किया, थोड़ी मिस्ड अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ थे। पर मुझे लगा कि मिडिल ओवर्स में जब हमने बैक टू बैक विकेट्स लिए थे तो आई थिंक वो एक बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट फेज़ था। पर उनकी जो पार्टनरशिप हो गई बेथ मूनी और एलिस पेरी की, वो उनको वापस से गेम में ला ली। वेल, आज का डिफरेंट सिचुएशन है। जब आप बड़ा स्कोर चेस कर रहे हैं तो ऑब्वियसली आपको आपका वो जो रन रेट है उसको मेंटेन करना ही पड़ता है, नहीं तो फिर चेजिंग का कोई मतलब नहीं होता है। तो मुझे लगता है कि हाँ, इंटेंट था। जब आप 280 प्लस की टारगेट चेस कर रहे हैं तो आप सिंगल्स में तो पूरा मैच नहीं निकाल सकते हो, आपको बाउंड्रीज़ की ज़रूरत तो पड़ती है। जैसे ऑस्ट्रेलियंस की हर एक ओवर में उनकी एक बाउंड्री थी और इसीलिए शायद उन्होंने वो रन रेट उन्होंने कंटिन्यू रखा जबकि उनके विकेट्स भी जा रहे थे। तो अगर हमको वही अप्रोच रखना चाहिए, क्योंकि अभी जो क्रिकेट है वो काफ़ी इवॉल्व हो रही है और हमें उसके साथ मैचअप करना ही पड़ेगा। हम ओल्ड स्कूल की तरह नहीं खेल सकते, या ओल्ड स्कूल की तरह 280 लास्ट में चेस कर लेंगे, वो हर मैच में नहीं होता है।
Just to continue on this question, strike rates again amongst the top 5 besides yourself and Smriti, nobody had a strike rate of over 65. Is that a concern? The dot balls isn't a concern?
Well, it is a concern because, like I said, when you're chasing a high total, it's important that you keep the run rate going. You have to maintain that run rate irrespective of losing wickets, because you're pretty much chasing a huge target. But at the same time, you need to also know that you know when to. You need to develop partnerships. They did develop, but again, as you mentioned, the strike rate was not quite positive.
So in training, what will you be looking at in the next couple of days to work on that?
Well, see, no matter how much you train, I think it is again very important that you imply what you intend to do on the ground. And training, definitely we look forward to getting the bowlers to bowl more discipline, and you know, the batters need to try and play the stump line much better, because that is what they are pretty much very accurate in bowling on the stump line. That's where we need to work more on our shots.
Mithali, there were a bunch of fielding lapses today, and also a couple of fielding umpiring decisions that went against the team. So how does that affect the team, that knowing that it could have been a power score, but it's now a very challenging 280 to 90 to chase?
See, I think missed opportunities. It's again if and buts. Had we taken those opportunities, it could have been different. Had those decisions gone our favor, could have been different. But again, those are human errors. It's sometimes we are. I've also been on an advantage side when I got some decisions which went my way. So it's okay. But again, as bowlers and as a team, irrespective of what the situation is, we should keep trying to do our best, not relying more on, okay, the missed opportunities, it's okay, the game is still on. I mean, there are still more opportunities, there's still more overs that we could have got them to score far lesser than what they scored.
Is there a scope for the team management to sort of review the opener slot? Of course, not that of Smriti Mandhana, especially in light of today's match and also taking into cognizance the South Africa tour. Does Jemima Rodriguez get a sort of longish run henceforth in the ODIs instead of Poonam?
Well, that can be thought. Again, it depends, like, what the team management is looking forward to. Yes, it's giving her an opportunity is again grooming a youngster and in home conditions. But again, as I mentioned, our top order is already struggling to score runs. It's just not Poonam Rao. So let's see how, there's still 2 days to go, and we can sleep over it.
Adding on to the fielding thing, there have been drop cases even today and in the last match. So, and that have been like all about it, drop cases.
See, I think if you've seen, if you're only emphasizing on drop catches, well, there have been drop catches from the other camp as well. But yes, if you see the bowling, that's far different to what our bowlers have bowled in the morning, considering that the conditions in the first 10 overs where I've seen the ball really move, we've not really utilized that conditions, because I felt if we give the fast bowlers in the afternoon session when there is nothing in the wicket, we should give them some scope that they could get us those early breakthroughs in the first 10 overs. So that's precisely what my intention was, to put them in and use those first few overs. If we could get couple of wickets, that could put pressure on them.
But do you think there could be more emphasis given on fielding particularly?
Well, that has always been part of our sessions. Now we have a full-time fielding coach along with us, so it's not like the team is not working on that department.
So the difference to you that consistently over the last 2 games has to be the batting of Australia. Why do you think? What do you think has gone so right for them? Is it the forms from our because of the Indian bowling, or do you think that?
See, I'll definitely give some credit to their batters also, because there have been some lovely shots played by them. But there is also a lot of scope that our bowlers can improve on the line and length that they can bowl, because they have to be more consistent. They've been, pitching on both sides. So, when you're playing, when you're up against the best side, you have to be your best. You probably don't have that cushioning of where you can make few errors and get away with it. Well, I'm actually very happy the crowd which turned up, because till the end I think I have seen everybody still on watching the match till the end. So I'm hoping that they will turn up bigger on Sunday, because being that weekend. Way back, Dhanbad, yeah, Dhanbad and yeah. Biggest crowd, I can't say, but full house, yes.
Context of the series victories in South Africa and the tri-series T20 and also the non-IWC ODI series against England, how would you like to place this series defeat, and going ahead, what should be the team's approach in terms of all departments maybe?
Well, see, I believe that ups and downs is part, and we are also trying few players in, because now the team is focusing on the T20 World Cup, which is there in the October. But we also understand that the ICC Championship is important, because we will have to collect points for the One-Day World Cup. Having said that, it's also a phase where we are trying to get in young players. But then when you have a bit of a shuffling in the team, it always takes a little time. But I think playing against Australia, yes, we know that where all we lack and how much that we have catching up to do when we play against the best side, because playing South Africa definitely was a different ball game, but playing Australia at home, it is challenging, and it requires everybody to up their game.